he tenido una experiencia nueva y para mi vida, porque nosotros fuimos a comida, a fiesta de comida.
Madrid Food Fest.
Madrid Food Fest, pero
Sí.
¿cómo dices en español?
Festival de Comida de Madrid.
¿Festival la comida? ¿Es verdad o no?
Sí. Festival, food, comida.
Este es mi
Pero a lo mejor es feria, no, festival. Es que no era un festival. Pero bueno.
Español. ¿Por qué es mi
Pero
problema?
estás hablando muy bien.
No.
No, sí,
pero
últimamente
no es mi
estás
problema.
hablando. No bien, pero más. También está bien.
Sí, pero cuando yo creo algo es así, entonces no.
Como agree.
Agree?
Cuando te dije agradecido, and you were like, oh, that means agree.
Sí.
Y no, es appreciate, thankful, appreciate it.
Sí, también las palabras en español, algo es muy normal, y en inglés y también en español. Sí. Pero no sé cuándo, porque, por ejemplo, es novedad, pero ice en español es
Hielo.
hielo. Es cerca, ¿no? Es
Sí.
un poco cerca. Pero algunas veces una palabra es ice y bla, 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 bla.
Agree.
It's a marvelous, whimsical word.
Agree, estar de acuerdo.
Claro, pero no. Plastic. Oh, ¿cómo dices plastic en español?
Plástico.
¿Plástico? ¿Ya está?
Sí.
Plástico. Vale.
Experiencia nueva.
Experiencia
que te vas
nueva.
por los...
It's the Madrid Food Festival.
Sí.
This is my first festival that I went to here in Spain. I don't remember any other one that we ever went to. I can't think of any.
No, not like that.
And it was new for me because I never seen a festival like this.
Y te decías tú que no habían food trucks en España, por cierto, ahora que me recuerdo así de... There's no food trucks in Spain.
Vale, solo tiene, ¿qué? 3, 4...
Ya, pero porque nuestra ciudad es más
pero
pequeña.
es no igual que Estados Unidos.
No, pero si es que
No.
Estados Unidos es así y España
No.
es del tamaño de Texas. Imagínate que tienes que poner todo Estados Unidos dentro de Texas.
No, porque tú caminos de comida es...
Camiones.
Camiones, vale, camiones. It's an event. It's not in the streets.
Bueno, pero a ver los hilos. Like the bruisas. Like the witches.
Vale. Anyway, one of the things that really blew me away about the food festival is the fact that it's not a normal food festival that I'm accustomed to. Like you guys...
What do you mean it's not normal?
Because like food festivals in the U.S. are completely different. We care about the food.
Sí, claro.
But you guys you make it more important about the gathering than the actual food. Like why?
We take every excuse or every opportunity to make it social.
Yes, because in the event, it felt like the food came second. It just felt like everyone was just getting together.
Sí.
And for me, that behavior by itself is something that I've grown accustomed to in Spain. Like, but I didn't think it would be like that for an event because I believe not everybody knows everybody. But it seemed like everybody knows everybody in these events.
What I realized a lot is that a lot of people had made plans to meet there. So like people were looking for other people.
Yeah.
And then when they would get together, they were like, oh my God, it's so cool that we have this space today. Blah, blah, blah.
Sí, pero es diferente porque la gente no sabe a alguien, entonces...
Se ponen a hablar también, sí.
Sí,
And there
talking.
were kids. Now I remember that in the US, in food festivals, you don't see kids.
You don't see kids as much because it's a very hectic kind of thing, unless it's a festival that's like kind of built for kids, like where they would have like the one we went to in Serbia, where they had like the rides and stuff like that.
In Leskovac.
See, so they have the rides and stuff like that, or like the clowns or ice cream things, like when you have those type of things. But normally, like in the U.S., those food festivals, you can take kids, but you don't really want to.
But then again, here we go with the whole thing of how you raise your kids in the culinary aspect. Like your kids eat
Chicken fingers.
chicken fingers and French fries and burgers and pizza. And if they're like very advanced, maybe some Chinese food. But here, our kids eat everything. So going to a food fest is just, going to try.
It's normal.
It's normal. And we went to this gathering because we were invited by Aperitivos La Real, which brings me to the product of the week.
So this product of the week is definitely different for me because
and this was your new experience.
Yes.
Cuando empezaste, es una experiencia nueva. No era solo the food fest.
Festival, no.
Eran las gildas.
Gildas. No puedo ver nada.
No, es que eso es, claro, es un secreto. Pero no empieces por esa, ¿eh? Don't start with that one.
¿Por qué no?
No. Ven aquí.
¿Este es original?
Esa es la original.
¿Necesitas comer todo o solo
La idea es que te lo comas todo.
¿Todo?
Todo.
No me gusta hacer atún, pero...
Venga.
Oh my gosh. Espera.
Espera.
Oh. Oh. It's a little spicy too.
Claro.
Yo creo tú es muy más. Porque yo creo solo un poco.
No, la idea es que mezcles todos los sabores.
Oh my gosh. I think I got through it because of the mix, but ooh, that's some strong stuff. Oh my gosh. Me gusta un poco. I'm not trying that though.
Yes, you are.
No, that ain't happening. I'll try this one, but no. Ooh,
bueno, nosotros ya hemos puesto un short video
sí.
Y la gente ya te ha visto comer gildas y mucha gente que son más papistas que el Papa decían que esto realmente no eran gildas, sino que eran pinchos. Because the gilda is the original one that you had, so the other ones shouldn't be called gildas, they should be just called pinchos.
Pinchos.
Da igual como los llamemos. At the end of the day, it's how delicious they were.
Yes.
And how nice the people from La Real were.
And how some are just not for me.
Pero este...
No quiero.
¿Cómo que no quieres?
No quiero.
Es queso azul
No, bueno,
con un
claro,
dátil.
No, es Roquefort.
Claro, pero no se lo digas.
Roquefort, ¿por qué?
No.
Pero no se lo digas.
No.
Lo odia. Un día dejó de hablarme. No pasa nada.
Es que...
Semicurado, vale. So that one is semicurado.
No hablas sobre eso.
Vale, esto es un dátil, which is sweet, ¿vale? And then you have the Roquefort, the blue cheese, and then the anchovy and the...
I have nothing.
Pero escúchame,
No,
mira,
es porque no creo
así un
nada
poquito.
que dice.
Muerde así un poquito.
Hay que hacerlo al bulto.
¿Un poquito?
I would have to take the whole thing now.
No, así, de lado.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
¿Hasta una máquina de tren?
Oh, no.
Sí, cerveza tinto de verano.
No.
Sí, o tinto de verano.
No.
Okay, you have earned this one.
Mira, cerveza.
Te has ganado esta.
Oh.
Forgive me.
No.
Fue.
Oh, ¿es fue?
Tienes fue, queso y mira, no lleva aceituna.
Oh.
Qué rico.
That is good.
¿Cómo no te puede gustar eso?
I don't hear about that. That is good. Ooh. Ooh.
The pepper is
No.
spicy.
Ooh, that's a kick in the ass right there. So, again, Roquefort cheese, blue cheese, not for me. I am not.
Madre.
I can't do it like that.
Cabrales tampoco.
No. It's horrible. The smell of it is bad. The taste of it is just as bad, if not worse.
Listen, the woman from La Real, the woman
Sí.
that was there, ¿qué te dijo? You have to try things 20 times before you decide whether you like it or not. ¿Has probado 20 veces el Roquefort? No. Entonces, You have to be patient.
I'll save how many times have I had it? I've had it 2 times, right?
Yes.
I'll save the other 18 for the reincarnated Bryan. He can try it.
No,
Future
no.
Bryan can try it. This Bryan
Be
is
patient,
done.
my friend, and try more Roquefort until you love it as much as I do.
Listen, I know you guys are patient, but I'm not that patient. I can't be that patient, which is another thing that shocked me too, because when I think about the food festivals in the U.S., I think about how there's a specific goal. The goal is get to as many vendors as possible. Try as much food as possible.
But it becomes like a marathon. And as much as I like food fests and food trucks in the US, it is true that there is this FOMO, right? That
yes.
You're gonna miss something. So you go from place. As a matter of fact, we lived in a neighborhood in New York that it was mixed Irish and Filipino, right? Mm-hmm. And I always wanted to try balut. And I remember going to the Queen's Market Festival, remember?
Yes.
And I was rushing, looking for the Filipino stand, because in our neighborhood, every time that I will go, they just have a few like units, so they will sell out like right away. But in the market, I was running to go get the balut.
But that's the thing, that's how it was. But you guys can just take your time.
Yeah.
Again, it's not about the food, it's just like the patience.
Yeah.
Even when waiting in line, like you guys will wait in line for food. Whereas us, no, if the line is long, nope, go to the next one, I'll come back.
But why? Because when we get in the line, what are we doing?
Talking and just...
Talking to the person in the front, talking to the person in the back, to the person that you're with.
To the person cooking the food, like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. That is not the case for us. Like, we have to get to as many vendors as possible, to try as many things as possible. But the patience that you guys have, again, only outside of your cars, the patience that you guys have is incredible. The other thing that blows my mind about these things, and I think any American that can identify with this part, is the fact that I know it's an event. I know that these people are here to show off the stuff, sell me some things, but it doesn't feel like that. I never felt like someone was trying to sell me something. I always felt like it was like an invitation. Like I feel like I got to try so many different things, and I feel the pressure of like I have to buy this, or that they're giving me some sales pitch. In the U.S., it's a sales pitch. I'm letting you know right now, it's a sales pitch.
Hard sell pitch.
Like this is what you need for blah blah blah, and this can do blah blah blah. Instead of
and there is no point that you take this if you don't take this, and that's how you add up to the
but
basket.
it was not like that. They were like, hey, you should try this.
Yeah.
Come here, check this out, and tell me a story and everything, and then I could walk away and not feel guilty.
You're so sure about the quality of your product that you don't have to sell. No me tienes que vender motos. I try your product and I have to like it because it's so good. Like the olive oil that we tried.
Yes. Oh my God.
The woman was like not dry, but she was like this is our olive oil. And I had to ask her, what about what's the difference between this one and this one? And she was nice and everything, but she wasn't trying to like take it.
Yeah, it wasn't this one here has the finest minerals of olives right here that you need. It was none of that.
No.
I've never experienced something like that because I know what it's like in the U.S.
Yeah.
I know when I go up to a stand, I know when I go up to a vendor.
You're not gonna escape.
It's like one of those, what are those things called? Those timeshares. Like a time. I don't know if you guys have timeshares here in Spain, but
no lo sé, pero me acuerdo cuando fuimos a México de vacaciones y casi nos hacen comprar un timeshare. I remember that. The pressure. I felt like if I didn't buy it, somebody was gonna wait for me outside and like kidnap me or something.
That's exactly how it is. Like when you go to those things, that's what I expected. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I expected.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, should we walk up to this one? And it's annoying at times. Like for me, I've grown up with it so much, I know what to expect, and I'm like, I want to see it, but I don't feel like hearing the speech. But you guys do it right. I have to admit, you guys do it right. Like, and you would think that maybe one or two people might be the hard sellers, but nobody.
No, I think that, you approach the place, they give you things to try, and if you are interested in it, then you ask questions. So the people that is on the other side, they're waiting for you to see your reaction, to ask questions to whatever. And then when you ask, then they tell you, pues mira, esto viene de aquí, las hacemos así, no sé qué. But they don't capture you and they're like, you're mine for the next 20 minutes.
My favorite spot, I have to tell you right now, and I know you're going to be surprised.
Fuet.
It was not the fuet. It was not the fuet. But the fret was delicious. Don't get me wrong. I had to stop at the fret before we left. But it was the place where we got the lomo y
That was really good. We got lomo, we got cecina.
cecina. Oh, cecina. That was my first time really getting good on the cecina. And I got to test the cecina because of the hildas that had cecina wrapped around
Es
the
verdad,
queso.
es verdad.
Oh, La Real did a good that one. Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
And you know, that's the thing too. Like I'm saying about the event and everything, that is not a gathering. That it's just like, you know, well, it is a gathering of getting together, but also not feeling like a sales pitch. Was especially when we was there with La Real Hildas.
Ah, sí, sí, sí.
Because we were just having a good time just talking about random stuff.
Queso azul no le gusta y lleva 10 años probando el queso azul por todos sitios. Por eso cuando has dicho tú es Roquefort, digo, cállate.
No, tú necesitas les digas que en París.
Estábamos en París una vez y dije, venga, vamos a comernos unos crepes. Y me dice, ay, sí, que ganas unos crepes así de nocilla, bueno, de Nutella, tal.
Nutella.
Digo, venga, sí, nos sentamos y yo chapurreo un poco el francés y él no se entera de nada y dije, Roquefort. ¡Qué mala!
Claro, además nosotros aunque decimos queso azul.
Claro, claro, pero ayer Roquefort...
Bueno, pues cabrales ya ni te cuento.
No, es que se lo he metido con las patatas y tal y me ha mirado y me ha dicho, me cago en tu madre.
The fact that we were able to just hang out, feel invited by the entire staff and just talk crap, honestly.
Todos eran súper majos. Carlos, la gente detrás o sea, todos muy majos.
Yeah, and they had fun teasing me about
Hombre, claro, es que tú das
Roquefort
mucho
cheese.
juego, cariño.
Pero es muy mal.
No, tú das mucho juego. You give a lot of game.
I give a lot of game.
Yeah, it's very easy to like want to mess up with you.
Because I say what I feel, and if I don't like something, I can say it.
Yeah, you have faces.
Well, yeah, I have faces. It's
that's
freaking blue
good.
cheese.
Yeah.
Have you tasted how horrible that stuff is?
85% of our viewership loves
No, I'm sure
blue
there's-
cheese,
I'm
cabrales,
sure there's people
Roquefort,
that don't
etcétera,
like
etcétera.
blue cheese or Roquefort cheese. Roquefort cheese is disgusting. I'm gonna say it, and I hope I don't. I'm not trying anymore. If when we go back out
Don't worry,
there.
I'll
No.
wash his mouth
Yeah.
with soap or something for saying
Roquefort
that.
cheese tastes like a baby vomit, ate its own vomit, pooped, and put that in and let it just stay outside for like 5 years, and then say, hey, try this. That's Roquefort cheese.
Y todo eso lo has probado tú. You're talking by experience.
Yes, I've eaten Roquefort cheese. I'm telling you what it tastes like.